The Stonewall Riots were a series of violent demonstrations against a police raid that took place in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, at the Stonewall Inn, located in Greenwich Village in New York City. This moment in history has become the defining event that marked the start of the gay rights movement in the United States, and some even say around the world. Before Stonewall, very few establishments welcomed openly gay people. If found out to be gay, people could lose their jobs, their children, or their generalized places within society, just for being themselves. American gays in the 1950s and 1960s faced a legal system that was extremely anti-homosexual. The last few years of the 1960s were a very contentious time for the U.S. There were several social movements active at this time, including the civil rights movement and anti-war demonstrations. These movements helped to influence and motivate each other. Combined with the liberal environment of Greenwich Village, it helped to serve as a catalyst for the Stonewall Riots. The inn was known to be owned by the mafia. Because of this, along with the fact that it catered to an assortment of patrons, such as drag queens, representatives of a newly self-aware transgender community, hustlers, and homeless youth, it was regularly targeted. Police raids on gay bars were carried out pretty often in the 1960s, but officers lost control of the situation at the Stonewall Inn. As anger escalated, they started to attract a crowd, which would eventually be incited to riot. Tensions between the police and the gay residents of Greenwich Village erupted into more protests the next evening, and again several nights later. In the months following Stonewall, the community initiated politically active social organizations and launched magazines that spoke openly about rights for gay people. The first anniversary of the riots were marked by peaceful demonstrations in several American cities. This has since grown to what we know as Pride Month, where everyone within the community has the ability to openly celebrate who they are and the rights they have obtained